Right, recording. So, Laura, if I play this video, it means that the technology is not working. So I haven't been able to speak to you in Barcelona. So we've done this backup thing on this beautiful day where it actually looks like Barcelona, but it's not. So thanks for agreeing to do this quick little interview. I promise you, I've got some questions. The first one is, how did you first get involved with the Paralympics?
I got involved because originally I had an email requesting me to audition for the aerial work from Jenny Seeley and Bradley Hemmings, who are the co-artistic directors of the Paralympics opening ceremony. So I went along to audition.
Had you done aerial work before?
Never done aerial work
so
before, no. But they had quite a few people auditioning for the aerial work, some who had, some who hadn't. That was quite exciting, got all strapped up into the rig and went up in the air, but they decided that the harnessing and the equipment just wasn't going to be suitable, it was going to cause me a problem. So I got an email saying, terribly sorry, we can't offer you the aerial work, but would you be interested in being a dance captain?
Which is actually what you do.
Which is much more suitable to what my skills are anyway. Yes, so then sort of agreed to take the job as a dance captain. Unfortunately, had to leave stopgap temporarily to do that, and so then worked as a dance captain. We choreographed all of the movement sections and then taught it to all the
so you choreographed some of the stuff as well? Okay,
yes,
brilliant.
Yeah, we did. There was the choreographer and assistant choreographer, and then the 10 dance captains were all also involved in the actual choreography.
Wow. I've been following by Facebook a little bit, the updates. Yeah.
It's good. It was nice to have the ownership the whole way through, that we helped create the movement to start with, then we helped teach it, we did all the teaching, and then performing it as well. So
brilliant.
Really involved the whole way through.
And this is really difficult, and I did prep you a little bit, but it's really difficult, that's why I was being kind about that. But can you sum up the experience of the rehearsals and then the performance on that huge scale in 15 seconds? Maybe 5.
Go.
No, go.
Amazing, inspiring to meet so many people and work on such a large scale thing that affected so many people was just truly inspiring.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, you did that. I think it's 7 or 8 seconds. So obviously, I know you quite well through Stopgap, and I've been with you guys on the road sometimes. And you know, you are an international company, and I'm just interested in the environment, because we'll be in a Surrey environment when people watch this. What the kind of impact is, or how do you sort of feel the UK is in terms of our standards, accessibility, attitude, infrastructure, opportunities? How is the UK compared to other countries in Europe that you've travelled to with Stopgap?
Generally, I think as a country we're doing quite well for opportunities and for access into various arts and dance and things. And obviously a lot of the time when we go abroad, we specifically are going to go to places that aren't as advanced as us, because then we've got more knowledge that we can share with them. So certainly as far as the places that we've visited, generally it's us taking our knowledge to them, and there are pockets, there's definitely a lot of pockets, and there's a lot of places that want to improve their access and want to make a difference, and it's sometimes I think it's finding the knowledge and the skills, but sometimes when I think if a country isn't already accessible, like I'm thinking particularly when we went to Albania, they knew that they weren't, so they tried really hard, they put in a lot of effort, and I remember going there and the effort that they'd done for physical access, to put slopes in, to put in ramps and things, it's probably more than you might actually get in this country, because we think, oh, we're already sort of there, so we don't need to work quite as hard.
That's interesting. So maybe the infrastructure isn't there, but actually the attitude and the willing and the enthusiasm is much better.
Yeah.
I'm just going to check this, make sure we're still recording.
Yes.
We are. That's good. Mind panic. Okay, so assuming, as you say, the UK is pretty good in some ways, but we've also got a long way to go, maybe in some ways as well. Do you see the Paralympics and this high they want at the moment will help that, and how?
Definitely. I think it's we've never had an opportunity like this, where everyone is aware of, so aware of people with disabilities being, such high end, working so hard and being so much in the press, being visible. There's we've never had this, this opportunity before. That I think it's really, really important that we continue with that, and that it doesn't just big, hey, isn't it great, and then sort of slide back into being forgotten about. That actually we take the momentum and really use it, because suddenly there are all these role models of people with disabilities who are doing amazing stuff, beyond what a lot of people kind of automatically assume. And suddenly actually people with disabilities just being superstars and superhumans, and I think the enthuthusm and the coverage of the Paralympics has just been amazing.
It really has.
So good. It's so refreshing.
I mean, even in my own household, my family from Mexico have never seen anything like it, and have never been exposed. And the attitudes, and as you say, real heroes, real athletes, before anything, fantastic, inspirational athletes, and as you say, it is massive.
Yeah, it's the whole country has got behind it. It's not just. It's really shown that it's not just disabled sport for disabled people to watch and just kind of, oh, isn't that nice for them? It's something that there's just a wave of excitement through the whole country about it, and everyone's getting behind it.
So the last question, directly picking up on that enthusiasm, and that it is for everyone. It's not just disability projects for people with disabilities. It is fantastic projects for everyone. Everyone's behind it. So on the back of that, what can we do locally in Surrey? We're a bunch of arts officers around a table today. We're not, but we will be, if you know what I mean. So what can we do coming out of this to ensure some of that legacy, some of that project work, some of that attitude is carried forward?
I think it's really important to make sure there's like a whole spectrum of stuff, because I think generally there's certainly more, there's community groups and various different with arts and sports and things, but there are the community groups and the grassroots, and they're incredibly important, and we need to make sure that they still continue, and they're still funded, and they're still really nurtured. But then we need the whole spectrum, that there is then the opportunity for people who have a real talent or a real drive, that there is also the kind of the high end, the excellence, so working towards, it's inclusive is really, really important, but then also I think just as important is projects that are about excellence, that are for the people with the real talent and the real passion to be the best they can be, and so there's the feeding up through, the grassroots feeding up through into that, but there is the opportunity for people to really strive and be.
Yeah, no, I really get that. That's what we've seen, haven't we? We've seen just brilliant projects, brilliant work, brilliant athletes, brilliant artists, and that are, and it's, as I say, it's about excellence. So
people doing things that, everyday, normal people every day would just not even begin to hope to be able to do. So that kind of the elite top end, I think, is something to really
brilliant.
strive for as well.
I'm going to let you get back. You've got to do a show. So thank you for joining us today, Wednesday, in the future.
Absolutely.
Laura Jones, everyone.
Thank you.